weight with weight endurance. This is a helpful hints video for the 4-week strength maintenance plan, week 3, session 2. If you are newer to these movements, I just thought this video might be helpful so that you would have an idea of how to A, do them correctly, B, modify to make the exercise easier, and C, possibly make it more challenging. Let's jump right into the core set. There are 4 movements, and we're going to rotate through them 3 times if you have time. The first one is sort of unusual. It's called a one-arm or single-arm pike to a crawl, and it does say have a foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, you could do it without a foam roller. Having the foam roller just engages your adductors a little bit, or you could also roll up a towel just so you're squeezing something. So how it looks is, make sure you can see me. You're in a downward dog position or a pike. You're going to take the foam roller if you have one, or the roll up towel, and squeeze it between your thighs. Get balanced so you can put one arm on the ground, the other arm can be wherever you'd like. And you're going to go from the pike position down to where your knees are just hovering above the floor. And back up. Pike to what they call a crawl. And it's supposed to be nice and slow. And that's the work. And I can't remember how many reps I put per side, but once you finish one side, then you'll switch. It's nice and slow. You're just going to feel different muscles working. Give it your best shot. Oh, number 2, this is one of my favorites, is a side plank hip dip complex. If you cannot do all of the movements, that is okay. Let me show you what it should look like. Okay. On your forearms, you're in a side plank. You're going to dip, back up, lift your legs, and then the arm comes under. Okay, so it's 1, 2, reach under 3. Whew. So 3 movements. Nice and slow and controlled. If you can't do that, then just do part of it. Maybe you just do the hips up and down. Okay? You can break it down and make it work for you. If you can do this, add more reps. When I do the workout, I do 10 sets per side. I think I only program 5 just to make sure it's manageable for new people. Number 3, a stability ball hip crossover. You really do need a stability ball for this one, otherwise the movement's just a stretch and not a core move. The ball I have is a little bit big for the movement, so it's kind of awkward. It's better with a smaller ball, but do your best. Let me see if I can fit in here. All right, you're gonna take the ball, squeeze it, arms are just out to the side, slowly go over and tap your quad, and slowly tap the other side. You're gonna feel your inner thighs working, those are your adductors. The slower the better, honestly. You're gonna feel your obliques and your hips doing a little bit too. There you go. If you don't have a ball, you can try to find something to squeeze. I don't know what. Maybe just like, again, a rolled up towel or 2. But do your best to go get one of those balls. And last but not least is a banded kickback. You will need a short loop for that. As I mentioned on other videos, I like the bands on powersystems.com. But you can order these on Amazon or go to Dick's Sporting Goods or something like that. All right, put the band around your ankle. And then you can hold on to something if you need to. Move that out of the way. If you want to hold on to something, you can, but basically you're just going to kick back diagonally a little bit. Let's see if you get the angle. So it's a little diagonal kick back. It's a small movement. I'm feeling it right here in my hip. You don't have to try to like do this whole lunge thing. Whoa! It's just a small, subtle movement. You want to keep your torso upright, still torso, don't move it, and you're just moving from your butt and your hip there. And then you would switch and do the other side. You could hold on to something for balance, as I mentioned. Okay, that's the core set. Once you've gone through 3 times, set that step aside, and and you'll go into your superset. It's a combination of posterior chain strength movements, pushing and pulling, and we always try to throw in some sort of like agility movement. You can do these in whichever order you'd like as well. In this set, it starts with a hip thruster. It's ideal if you have a bench. If you don't have a bench, you can use a chair or a couch. If that doesn't seem to be practical, you can do it as a glute bridge on the ground. But try to get some sort of weight. You can use a plate, a weighted plate, not a plate from your kitchen, a dumbbell or a kettlebell. Today I'm going to show you it with a weighted sand ball, called a slam ball. And you'll just put your shoulder blades on the bench. The weight goes basically in your lap. Relax your head, feet are shoulder width apart, and you're going to dip down your bottom and then squeeze and hold 1 Mississippi or longer and down again. Squeeze and hold. You're going to really start feeling that in your bottom and your low back and a bit of your hamstrings too. That's the hip thruster. Next, our push is a 1-arm kneeling overhead press. So I have a couple kettlebells here. You're going to be kneeling, press up and back down. Your elbow can be all the way out to the side if you'd like, or more of this angle. I like to mix it up personally. You can also experiment with which knee you want down and which leg forward and see which gives you a better challenge. But do the number of reps you'd like on one side and then you'll switch. If you don't like kneeling, if that bothers you, you can just stand and just do a regular press. Or you can also sit on a chair or bench. The idea is you get your shoulders worked. All right, ooh, this is a good one. The pulling motion is definitely an advanced one. It's a 1-arm row in bird dog position. Well, let me show you what I mean. It's helpful to have a bench, but you can do this on a chair or a couch. Okay. You'll see why it's helpful to have a bench. All right, I'm going to, can you see that? I should turn from this angle. All right, I'm gonna have one leg out. So I'm going to work that glute in my back and have to stabilize my midline. And then, weight's on the wrong side. Then I'll have that weight and pull up. So I would do the reps on one side, trying to keep my torso and hips as still as possible, and then switch and over here. This is definitely an advanced move. We did some basic rows in the base builder program and I was trying to spice it up a little bit, but if you've just jumped into the program, maybe that's too much for you and you could just do a supported row where you have your knee right here and you just row from here. And that is also a great movement. Next, we have a lateral lunge with a twist. Okay, we're gonna work those adductors some more. I think I'm just gonna show you with a very lightweight, because this is pretty challenging for me. Okay, hold a weight, dumbbell, kettlebell, step to the side. That's the lateral movement. And kind of lunge down, stay back in this heel, and then I'll put the weight out and twist and back and come back upright. Oops, I'm too close. And then step, back in this heel, lunge down, weight out, and twist. The garage door's in my way, but you get what I mean. And come back to center. Lunge, weight out, twist, back. I don't want you to feel this in your knee, so make sure that when you step out, you sit back and that you're not going forward. Sit back in this heel and feel it in your booty. And then you would twist like that. So really important. If you feel it in your top of your knee, you're not positioning your body weight correctly, stop and readjust. It's basically like you have to think about always kind of sitting back on an imaginary chair. That adjusts the work into your booty, into your glutes, instead of your quad. We're not working the quad necessarily that much on that movement. It's more about the glutes. Start lightweight with this workout, with that movement, the lunge, and work up to it. If it doesn't feel good to twist, if that's just too much take the twist out of it and just do a lateral lunge back and forth. If the lateral lunge bothers your knees, do a forward lunge or a reverse lunge. We have just 2 more. The single arm kettlebell swing. Okay, let's actually start by showing a regular kettlebell swing, and then I'll show the single arm. Okay, kettlebell swing. You can also do these with dumbbells. It's just a little bit easier to hold a kettlebell handle. Okay, you would stand up tall, have those shoulders engaged, squeeze your booty, soft knees, butt back, like that. It's a hip hinge movement. Butt back, squeeze your butt. Butt back, pop your hips. Okay, it's a hip hinge. I'm popping. My knees don't bend that much, but they definitely bend. So that is a regular kettlebell swing. If you have never done kettlebell swings, just stick with that. Don't go single arm at first. If you're good at kettlebell swings and you'd like to try a different version, you can try single arm. So basically you just pop it with one arm. Whoops, hold on. It's easier to catch out front. Let's do it again. Pop, switch. Pop, switch. Sometimes it's awkward. Like that. Okay. You can see how I sort of messed it up too. You do need to focus and just stop and start over again if you mess up at first. Whew, get your heart rate up. I'm out of breath. And last but not least, the agility movement is a tuck jump. I saved it for the end when you might be a little bit more warmed up because it's kind of an aggressive style jumping movement. Let me show you what I mean. You're going to jump up and pull those knees up. So you're tucking your knees to your chest. Like that. If you're new to that, just jump lower, right? That's still a tuck jump. If that makes you feel uncomfortable, just switch it to a squat jump. And that's fine too. Okay, whew. Always listen to your body, modify as necessary, see how sore you are from the first time you do these movements, and add more weight next time or more reps next time if you weren't too sore. But it's better to do a little bit less than too much the first time you do this session. All right, have fun with it.